There's nothing more annoying than losing a match because your opponent was not playing fair and square. Despite having the best anti-cheat software that goes so far as to install rootkits on your PC, we see you, Valorant. Cheaters manage to find one way or another to have their way in the game. Some cheaters cheat very carefully, while others do it to troll people that take the game a bit too seriously, but just like big-time criminals, they all get caught in the end and face their punishment. Here are some gamers who got caught in the act. Number 10. Icy Vixen and Bearded Banger. Call of Duty is without a doubt one of the biggest competitive multiplayer games to date. It's so popular that Alex Zedra, the voice actor for the Warcom operator Mara, has garnered over 470,000 followers on Twitch alone. She occasionally plays the good guy by trying to help out smaller streamers by hosting them on their channel. But one time she noticed that one player by the name of Icy Vixen was playing a bit too well. She barely peeked over a hill and zoomed into an opening between a wall and took a perfect shot against a player that had barely appeared on her screen. So it was either a lucky shot or was she actually cheating? Was she using a wall hack or an aimbot? Alex, on the other hand, was pretty curious as to what was going on, and she discovered that Icy Vixen was a model and that her friend, Bearded Banger, was also cheating at Call of Duty Warzone. Now, after doing some digging on Bearded Banger, it became pretty obvious that he indulged in some hacking of his own. Alex decided to waste no time on the matter and made sure to blatantly call out the duo on Twitter for their hacking escapades on Call of Duty Warzone. Hopefully, Icy Vixen will have better luck with her modeling career. Number 9. Triple Y Young. If you plan to cheat your way through a game, at least make sure you're good at it. And nothing like aspiring pro player Young, who was responsible for digging his own grave. One time Young was playing Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer a bit too well. It didn't take long for viewers to start rolling in with the cheating accusations. Young obviously denied the allegations altogether. He tried to prove his innocence and opened up the task manager to show that there was no cheating software running in the background. But this backfired pretty hard on him. When he toggled back into the game, his stream now showed two different streams, the game capture as well as the stream capture. Now, if we look at the stream capture, everything seems fine and a-okay. But if we take a look at the game capture, things start to get a bit fishy. The screen capture shows two red dots towards the doorway with noticeable green health bars. The jig was up and there was no coming back from it. Young had to delete all of his accounts because of the backlash, and considering that Twitch banned him, this was probably the last we ever saw of him. Number 8. Nick A30. Cheating to win a tournament is bad, but cheating in a charity event is a whole new level of criminal. For the Twitch Rivals Fortnite Streamer Bowl back in 2020, Nick A30 was paired with NFL player David Morgan. The winner of the tournament would get part of the $500,000 pool for charities of their choice. As part of the rules, players were allowed to land on one part of the map. But guess what the pair did? Not only did they land out of the marked zone, but the entire stream heard them talking about cheating. In the end, the duo ended up ranking 6th in the tournament with $30,000 raised for their charity, and Nick A30 walked away with no serious punishments. Maybe the organizers decided his cheating was for a good cause and decided to let him go. Number 7. Twisted Bear. Considering how competitive Call of Duty is as a multiplayer game, you'd have to be pretty confident or downright dumb to claim that you're the best Modern Warfare player in the game. Amazingly, that is exactly what Twisted Bear did back in 2020. He seemed to be a talented player with some decent stats. He started off his stream with some pretty good shots, but it seems like the best COD player forgot to turn off the overlay for the hacks that appeared right in his stream capture. For those of you that haven't played Modern Warfare or any Call of Duty game, those exoskeletons along with those yellow markers aren't normally seen in the game, especially across walls and obstacles for that matter. Turns out Twisted Bear was no top player or a top cheater for that matter. Number 6. Semper0311. Now, when gamers finally get caught cheating, they either issue a public apology in order to make amends, or they decide to disappear off of the face of the internet and move into the woods. At least that's what we think. But who knew that there was a third option that was so meticulously displayed by Semper0311? Semper streamed to less than 20 viewers on his Twitch stream while playing Destiny 2, and one of the players noticed that the players were appearing through the walls. The players were highlighted in telltale red boxes which were pretty apparent. Semper was stupid enough to read the chat out loud and had realized his stupid mistake. He let out an audible "oh god" and proceeded to act confused as to what the red squares were in the first place. Then he quickly ended the stream and proceeded to delete all of the footage. But his viewers beat him to it as they clipped the most damaging parts of the stream and posted them all over the internet. But still, Semper pleaded ignorance and acted as if he had no idea what was going on. He threatened to ban his viewers, but instead, he was banned from the game. Number 5. Paximo. You can be good, but you can't be good enough to take a shot perfectly through the smoke and know that there's an enemy behind the wall good, right? If you are cheating, you definitely don't want to show off your mad skills because that's when people will really start poking their noses. Apparently, someone forgot to let Valorant player Paximo in on the secret. It didn't take long for his viewers to connect the dots when he was playing rather too perfectly during one stream. And before Paximo knew it, Vanguard was on his tail as well, banning him forever from the platform. Number 4. Solista. As good as Valorant's Vanguard system is when it comes to detecting cheating hacks, sometimes the software falls short, letting people like Solista rise to rank 65 out of millions of North American players on the leaderboard. But his glory days came to an end when the Vanguard system has detected something fishy with his gameplay during one stream. He was kicked out of a match while playing live in front of thousands. Hard to explain your way out of that one. Number 3. Ryut. Back in 2020, Valorant held its official TGS Signature Series with a grand prize of $2,000. With a reward like that, the tournament ended up attracting all kinds of players from all over the world with no shortage of cheaters, of course. Fast forward to the quarterfinals match and Team Tokyo player Ryut was absolutely killing it, just not the way you think. He had been apparently using aimbots to make his way to the finals, but the jig was up when he proceeded to shoot enemies behind the one so obviously in front of him. And that, my friends, is how you spot a cheater. He should have never been able to see the hidden enemies in the first place. After that revelation, it didn't take long for Vanguard to spring into action. Number 2. Captain Baldy. When you're cheating, you might want to lay low, unlike Captain Baldy, who decided to impress his viewers with his mad skills while playing Call of Duty Warzone. But there's hardly a universe where you can shoot through walls. So when Captain Baldy's game was getting a bit too good to be true, his viewers asked him to show them his task manager. Having nothing to hide, Captain Baldy happily hit Ctrl-Alt-Delete, except he forgot all about the engine owning pop-up that showed he had set the aim at enemies function set to on. For those of you who don't know, Engine Owning is a company that makes cheap cheats for different games including Warzone. After that humiliating reveal, it was game over for Captain Baldy. Number 1. Annie Rog. Cheating is not restricted to only consoles or PCs, as Annie Rog, the Indian YouTuber behind Rog Stream, showed us that you can do it just as easily with mobile gaming as well. Playing PUBG Mobile, Annie had been able to amass 363,000 subscribers on YouTube, and she would have kept growing except during the start of one of her matches, her screen for a split second started showing the names and locations of all of her enemies. Now, even if you don't play games, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. Alright, which of these cheaters did you think had it coming all along? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Trendjoint, and we'll see you in the next one.